What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, if you've watched channels like mine for the better part of the last year, you may remember when WandaVision was in its infancy and had just launched on Disney+, Paul Bettany did an interview in which he admitted there was an actor he had always wanted to work with that was playing a role in the upcoming show. This was long before the reveal of Evan Peters, leading some people to believe that's who he meant, and as many people went on to point out after that interview, Paul Bettany never actually shared any screen time with Benedict Cumberbatch, and given WandaVision's connection to the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, a lot of people suspected that's who he meant as well. Well, we got an update in the last couple of days, his most recent interview with Esquire. We're going to read through word for word his response and hear what he had to say, referencing a character that quote-unquote no one has guessed, and then do some speculation as to who exactly he may mean, not only for the actor, but for the character as well. We're going to break down everything regarding the secret cameo and the update directly from Vision himself, Paul Bettany. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, as well as Disney Plus subscriptions while the shows are live. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, in this Esquire interview that is just days old, he was asked point blank about this mysterious Avenger theory and whether or not that character was Doctor Strange. This is what he had to say, quote, "This is the theory that there's some mysterious Avenger who's going to appear in WandaVision, and people seem to think that mysterious Avenger is Doctor Strange. Truth is, of all of the characters that they were trying to keep a secret, a lot of them got out through leaks. There is one character that has not been revealed, and it is very exciting. It's an actor I've wanted to work with all my life. We have some amazing scenes together. The chemistry between us is, I think, extraordinary, and it was just fireworks on set, so I'm really excited for people to see that stuff." Okay, so obviously Paul Bettany feeling himself a little bit, coming off the details a lot more so than the last interview he did about this at the beginning of the series, saying that this was an actor he always wanted to work with, confirming that they have some awesome scenes, quote unquote. We all know what that means. I mean, look guys, we all watched the same episode 7. There's a good chance that Vision is going to be joining the party right around when things amp up between Agatha Harkness, whoever Evan Peters is, Monica Rambeau, and Wanda, probably at the same time that S.W.O.R.D is launching their assault. So when he says there were absolute fireworks on set, you have to imagine this is perhaps an action scene. Well, there's a couple of characters still yet to be revealed in the series we think are coming. Maybe we can use those to deduce which actors he's talking about as well. The first of which is whether or not we actually got the reveal of the quote-unquote engineer in the last episode, episode 7. Now in episode 6, Monica clearly says, here with closed caption, you can see, "Just gotta meet my guy over the ridge." We then meet a female Major Goodner. There's a chance that she's the engineer. There's also a chance they just didn't show him on screen yet. However, I don't think this is the actor that Paul Bettany's talking about, mostly because he's probably outside of the Hex. This sounds like something that definitely goes down inside, so it's only pertaining to the characters within there. He's obviously also not talking about Evan Peters, because Evan Peters was one of the characters that showed up in the earliest leaks for WandaVision. We were reporting on him last November. This is still a character and actor that's yet to be revealed, but let's think about the characters that are already inside the Hex, one of which, Jimmy Woo's missing person. There's a good chance, and a lot of people have speculated, Jimmy Woo's missing person may be Wonder Man. We've also seen a really clear shot of Wonder Man in the concept art behind Jacques Schaeffer when she was discussing the series in an earlier interview in an official WandaVision featurette. So if Wonder Man is going to make an appearance, it could be played by a major actor, someone that Paul Bettany always wanted to work with. But my sort of problem with this is they haven't done anything explaining that character at all, and it would be a bit jarring if he shows up in the last couple of episodes, and then how would they retcon or even draw his connection to Vision in the first place, something it seems like they're not doing in the MCU. So while I think that's still a character yet to be revealed, they would have mentioned him as a missing person and then left it open-ended if it wasn't, but I don't think that's going to happen in these last 2 episodes, and even if it does, I don't think it's the actor or cameo that Paul Bettany's referring to. I think it's because there's going to be one more villain aside from Agatha Harkness. Yes, make all the Mephisto jokes you want. Some big villain like that crosses over to finally battle Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness would be calling for an actor of the ilk that Paul Bettany is referring to, and that's what leads us to recent reports and headlines in the last couple of days like this one right here, why Al Pacino could be WandaVision's top secret actor, teased by Paul Bettany. Now, this article, written by comicbook.com under this headline just a day ago, went on to report, when referencing the same exact Esquire interview as it's just a couple of days old, quote, during an onstage appearance at Asia Pop Comic-Con Manila in 2015, Bettany named 3 actors who inspire him growing up: Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando, and Al Pacino. Bettany, who received his first television credit in 1994 and his first film credit in 1997, has yet to appear opposite De Niro or Pacino. They go on to say that Al Pacino himself has responded in 2 ways. Once, when reacting to a James Gunn-directed Marvel blockbuster, during an interview with MTV, Pacino said, "Why wouldn't I like a movie like that? Why wouldn't I appreciate a movie like that? I'm not necessarily going to be in it, but at the same time, there's value to it and you can see it." And then, quote, Pacino then confirmed he met with Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige, saying of his meeting with the producer, "I would imagine it's either there's something he feels I'm right for," or, interrupted by a phone call, Pacino quipped, "Every time I talk about Marvel, that's what happens." In his interview with Esquire, as they finish the article, they say, quote, Bettany makes no mention of Pacino, who famously played Satan in The Devil's Advocate, one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way, guys. But when asked about popular fan theories that the demonic Mephisto is the secret villain of WandaVision, Bettany simply replied, quote, "I can't speak to that theory right now because I'm afraid about getting fired." Now, I know there were a lot of people who scoured the entire internet looking for inklings and clues as to who Paul Bettany would want to work with. And yes, this is a recent example, but I'm sure he's mentioned other actors, and it doesn't necessarily mean that this small list enumerated by him in the first place, it's got to be one of these actors. However, it's funny that Al Pacino has talked to Marvel head president Kevin Feige, has played Satan in the past, and is undeniably an amazing actor, and as I mentioned just moments ago, an actor the sort of ilk that Paul Bettany would have wanted to work with all his life. He's an older classical actor. He wants to work with these big names, not necessarily someone new who would pick up one of the fresh faces for one of these characters. Assuming that we're going to get to see who this is, my inkling that it is someone like Mephisto or Nightmare, and if the scene set off fireworks, unless they're on the same side, that means they were going against each other. I cannot wait to see Wanda and Vision face off against Agatha Harkness, if that's the least of what we get. Add another villain on top of that, add the S.W.O.R.D incursion. There's going to be so much going on in these last 2 episodes. I am so hyped. Guys, let me know all your thoughts and feelings down below. A, how would you feel about Al Pacino playing Mephisto in the MCU? B, if you don't think it's one of these characters or actors mentioned, who do you think that it is? I am all ears. You guys have come up with some great names in the past. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, as well as a ton of Disney Plus subscriptions while the shows are live. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then make sure to leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content is to grab the notification bell with notifications turned on. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Twitter and Instagram under I Am Fires, and on Spotify with original music under All Fires. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.